What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Banter Club, the Champions League edition. Waiting man, not here before Charlie. Anyway, let's get straight to the point. Uefa Champions League, midweek Champions League night. We have a wide range of matches that's gonna be played this week. Last week was exciting. The standout performance for me was Manchester United versus Paris Saint-Germain. In one of the best performances of Manchester United throughout this season. But anyway, let's go on to today's matches as the Champions League kicks on. Lokomotiv Moscow will be playing Bayern Munich. Shakhtar Donetsk will be playing Inter Milan. Marseille will be playing Manchester City. Liverpool will be playing Midtjylland. Mönchengladbach will be playing Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, RB Salzburg, and Porto Olympiacos, and Atalanta versus Ajax. Look, this Champions League week, I think there are going to be also some surprises. If you ask me, it's not going to be straightforward like how last week was. Last week there were surprises when Real Madrid lost to Shakhtar Donetsk, not at the Bernabeu, but the Stefano Stadium. I think it's their training ground stadium, which they converted into their home ground because the Bernabeu is under renovations. Will Real Madrid be able to beat Mönchengladbach? We'll come to that. Let's go to the first match and let's dive into it. Lokomotiv Moscow versus Bayern Munich. I think it's a straight win for Bayern Munich. I don't think Lokomotiv stand a single chance, any chance of even having getting a draw against Bayern, the champions. Bayern are on a very good run. They play games and they don't win by single goals. They win by 2s and 3s and 4s, 5s. They've been scoring a heck of goals in the Bundesliga. Robert Lewandowski, their main target man, their main striker, has been scoring goals for fun last season and this season. He should have won the Ballon d'Or if the Ballon d'Or was held. Nobody knows why the Ballon d'Or decided not to hold. I don't know why, because almost all football awards were held. You could have held it virtually, but he was robbed of the Ballon d'Or last season. Bayern Munich are on a good run of form. They can play games without Leroy Sané and still manage to beat teams that you would bet your money would give them problems, beat them so easily. They are just on another plane. They are on a different level, and I don't think Lokomotiv Moscow stand a single chance of even getting a draw against Bayern Munich. My initial thought will be Bayern Munich winning over 2.5. They'll be winning more than 2 goals. Those who love bets, yeah. So that's with me about Bayern and Lokomotiv. Lokomotiv qualify out of the group? I don't think so. I don't think Lokomotiv Moscow can qualify out of that group with RB Salzburg. Remember, Lokomotiv Moscow drew with Salzburg in Austria, and I think for me it's a very good point, because if they're able to beat Salzburg at home, even though they lose home and away to Bayern, because Salzburg they are also gonna lose home and away to Bayern Munich. There is no doubt about it that Bayern Munich is gonna beat those two home and away. There are surprises in football, but I don't think that is going to be a surprise there. So yeah, so Lokomotiv Moscow getting a draw at Salzburg last week. The match ended 2-2. So I think Lokomotiv Moscow really have a chance if they're able to beat Salzburg. But who knows? It's football. But Bayern Munich definitely is getting out of the group and is actually beating everybody in the group easily. So yeah, Shakhtar Donetsk and Inter Milan. That match. Look, this is the UEFA Champions League. Anything can happen. We all know that. We all know that this league is the best league on planet Earth in Europe. And look, I'm all for Inter. I don't think Inter will be able to beat Shakhtar Donetsk. That's in my opinion. I think Shakhtar Donetsk proved that they could be a very boogie side against Real Madrid. They were missing 10 players when they beat Madrid at the Stefano Stadium, if you may call it. how they managed to beat Real Madrid. It was a tactical masterclass from their coach, setting up and breaking on the counter, possess the ball and be very compact. Real Madrid are a team that really aren't in good form. They are not in good form, Real Madrid. Ever since Ronaldo left, that team has not been the same. It's been worse last season and this season. And this season they managed to beat FC Barcelona in the El Clasico 3-1. Barcelona themselves aren't really on good form. So it doesn't do justice if you really want to go by that and say, oh, Madrid beat by Barcelona and at the El Clasico. It's gonna give them some confidence. But so I don't see why Shakhtar Donetsk can beat Inter Milan. Inter Milan are a very good side. They are a very good side, but are they really that kind of threat like Real Madrid? Would they give? Well, look, as a team like Inter Milan should be giving a team like Shakhtar Donetsk problem. They should be winning against Shakhtar Donetsk, if you ask me. But we come to know that life after Corona, it hasn't been the same. Teams, so some of these teams suffer with fitness and all that, but all the same, Inter Milan, well, can win that game, but would they be able to win that game? I think it will come down to tactical masterclass from Antonio Conte. If both of the coaches get it right, we could have one of the best games of the night, which is tonight. So it's a game to look forward to. Inter Milan themselves haven't been themselves in the Serie A. Last season they started, they were very good. Last season they were very good. They led for a long time in the Serie A, but I think they are now fourth in the Serie A. Shakhtar Donetsk themselves are missing 10 key players. How Real Madrid managed not to beat them, it's something else that I think you can debate that, because it doesn't make sense how Real Madrid wasn't able to beat Shakhtar Donetsk with 10 key missing players due to injury and COVID and all that. Inter Milan drew to Mönchengladbach 2-2 at the San Siro. That game was a game. If you watch the game, you realize Mönchengladbach could have easily won the game. So could Inter Milan have won. It could have gone any other way. That scoreline, I think, does justice to the game. It does justice to both of the clubs, because on the night none of them deserved to win. Controversial VAR decisions. I think both of them had penalties, and it was a good game. In the first half, Inter Milan were better, but in the second half, Mönchengladbach stole the game and they were the better side. You could argue that Mönchengladbach could have won the game in the second half, but hey, I think the gods of football, decided to split the points for these two. Both of them walking away with 1 point, which is not good, because Shakhtar has 3 points after beating Real Madrid. Real Madrid will really want to get out of that group, because if they don't, then and their next match is Mönchengladbach. If Mönchengladbach gets a point in that game, it's going to be a very tough group, because then Real Madrid will have to do everything they can to beat Inter Milan, because if they don't, they are basically out of the group, seriously. And Inter Milan be able to beat Shakhtar Donetsk after that horror show they had at the San Siro against Mönchengladbach? Mönchengladbach against Shakhtar Donetsk, who is the superior team? Who is stronger? Shakhtar lost. Shakhtar played Real Madrid with 10 key players missing and were able to win. It shows character. It shows that they're a team that don't want to just be a participant in the Champions League, but they want to fight their way through and go as far as they can. Mönchengladbach going to Inter Milan, getting that 2-2 draw at San Siro, it also shows a team of character. Inter Milan and Real Madrid are the big boys of this group that should be qualifying easily, really. But football doesn't work like that, and especially not in the UEFA Champions League. So, Inter Milan and Shakhtar Donetsk, if you ask me, it's going to be a very good game. I'll give my predictions at the end of the podcast. But if you start to stick my neck out, just who is gonna win this game, I'll stick my neck out to Shakhtar Donetsk, or maybe a draw, because Inter might be looking to win this game, and maybe Antonio Conte will set his team up to be compact as well. So, but one thing about Shakhtar Donetsk is that they are very quick. They are very, very quick, and Inter Milan nowadays have these over 30 players, and I think they are gonna really struggle on the night against Shakhtar. So that game is tonight. I think you should check that game out. It's going to be a very good game. The next game that I think it's gonna be a very good game is Olympique Marseille versus Manchester City. Remember when everybody feared Manchester City? What happened? What happened to Manchester City? It looks like nobody fears them again. Nobody fears them no more. Manchester City won against Porto 3-1 in a scoreline, in a game or a scoreline that really flatters them. If you ask me, it flatters them, because that game could have turned on its head if Porto converted their early chances they had. But all the same, Manchester City converted their chances. They had chances they could have also buried the game, but they couldn't. But Porto showed character. But Manchester City playing at the Etihad Stadium will always be favourites against teams like Porto. Their problem is playing away to boogie sides like Marseille, Lyon, Shakhtar Donetsk, Atletico Madrid, Porto, and this game is because look, Olympique Marseille, it's also a very good side in the French league. They are not your everyday Lyon or PSG, but they are a team that can really set up to be very compact and also hit on a counter if they want to, which is what everybody does when they play against Manchester City. Remember, Olympique Marseille are fourth in the French league. And they also lost to Olympiacos, so they will want to win this game. They lost to Olympiacos. They want to win this game in a game that I felt Olympique Marseille should have won, or at least drew. They shouldn't have lost to Olympiacos. I was very surprised. So it still leaves the question begging: can they really stand up to a team like Manchester City? I feel in the Olympiacos game, they popped their chest out too much. They felt they were big. They were big for that game. They felt the game was something they could have won easily. It cost them. I think it cost them. This is the Champions League. You should be very precautious. You shouldn't take any team lightly, or you are gonna find out at the end of the game that this is the Champions League if you already do not know. So in that group, Manchester City sits pretty first with 3 points. They have the same points with Olympique Marseille basically, and it's the only difference is the goals for Manchester City. Manchester City has 2 goals advantage, while over Olympiacos is 1. So that's Manchester City first, Olympiacos second. Olympique Marseille and Porto are below that group. This group is very dicey. Anyone can qualify from this group. Don't forget the 3 points that Manchester City, Olympiacos have. Manchester City are the favourites to qualify from that group, but the second team to qualify from that group, anyone could qualify. Porto lost to Manchester City. They've not lost to Marseille or Olympiacos. Porto plays Olympiacos. If Porto wins against Olympiacos, they also have 3 points towards Olympiacos. So if Marseille doesn't win tonight, it's going to be very bad for them, because then they are the only team in the group not to have a single point. So the minimum for them today should be a draw, so that they could get at least a point out of that game against Manchester City, and they are playing at home. So you would expect them to have the character to stand up to Manchester City. And nowadays, everybody plays Manchester City being compact and hitting